Hey everybody, Stephen Michael Miller here, and I'm so glad to be here with you this morning. It is our morning momentum, and one of the greatest ways to keep momentum going or to add to the momentum that you've already built is to keep up with integrity, is to have the most integrity that you possibly can. What is integrity really? Well, integrity is doing the things that you say you're going to do. And I think that integrity comes into play not only in business, but in all aspects of our life. Integrity is one of those things that can be a lot easier, I think, sometimes on the outside as you're dealing with other people. But sometimes we let integrity slide when we're dealing with ourselves. And I mean, you can think about if this applies to you or not, but I know that I've experienced this a lot in life where if I tell someone else I'm going to do something, then I do everything that I can to uphold that because I don't want to lie to that individual. I want to be completely honest and open with people that I'm dealing with. But sometimes if I say to myself that I'm going to do something, I allow my integrity to slide a little bit. And the problem with that is every time that you allow your integrity to slide, even if it's just with yourself, you lose a little bit of trust in yourself. You begin to tell yourself that you don't do things or you can't do things or you can't accomplish a certain goal or I've tried that. We start to even lie to ourselves. We tell ourselves I've tried it because we don't keep our word with ourselves. And honestly, integrity actually has a lot to do with the three different phases of action. And in this idea of getting out there and doing the things that we say we're going to do, which is, in my opinion, what integrity really is. There's three levels of action. There's inactive action, there's productive action, and there's inactive action, there's active action, and there's productive action, right? So inactive action, if I can use kind of the example of going to the gym and working out to get healthy, right? If you have a goal that you're going to get healthy, and we're coming up towards the end of the year right now, we've got New Year's resolutions that are going to, there's not going to be a few. There's going to be a lot of people going through and doing New Year's resolutions, and if you were to set that goal that, hey, I'm going to get healthy this year, and you write down your goal, you say, I want to lose X amount of weight, or I want to, be able to run a marathon, or whatever that health goal might be for yourself. We typically we'll sit down and we'll write it out, and then we'll go forward and start doing certain things for that. Inactive action looks like telling yourself, I'm going to do something. And then even before you get there, before you start doing the daily actions, before you actually get into the routine, you kind of talk yourself out of it. I mean, I don't know if you've ever done this or not, but I know that I've done this before where you write the goal and then almost immediately, because of your past experiences, you start to talk to yourself in your mind a little bit. You tell yourself, oh man, I've never really done this before. I don't really know how to do it. I don't even know if I can do it, or it's been too long since I've run or since I've exercised consistently. Can I really do this? And you start to kind of talk to yourself. And because of your past experiences that you've had, you talk yourself out of it. And before you even go to the gym, you decide that this isn't going to work, and you're too busy. Maybe you got a new job and you're extremely you're focused on that, and you tell yourself you just can't do it. So before you even start, even though you wrote down the goal, even though you told yourself, you've fallen into this inactive action where you kind of talked yourself out of it before you've even done it. I think that happens a lot with us. Most of us, if we set these big goals that look really big, fear can creep in and it can keep us from even moving. Sometimes that fear can be crippling. And so we have to learn how to get past that first phase of action, that inactive action, and move towards more of the second phase. And this is oftentimes kind of the way that people go. They move into this active action thing. And active action it's dangerous. Active action it can trick you into believing that you're actually doing something that you're supposed to be doing. It can trick you into feeling like you're going through the motions, but it often will give you a net negative result. And let me help you understand what that means. So, for example, active action looks like going through the motions. You set the goal, you write it down that you're going to go get healthy, you're going to go lose some weight, you go to the gym, and you buy the clothing, you go onto online, and you pick up some shorts, and the workout gear, and you something you'll feel really confident in. You get the running shoes, and you get all prepared. You go buy the protein shakes and the protein drinks and the bars and things like that. And then you go to the gym, and you show up and you see some friends, and hey, how's it going, guys, and whatever, and you get on the treadmill, and you kind of start going. You start walking a little bit on the treadmill to, you're going to warm up. Friend comes over and says, "Oh, hey, Steven, I haven't seen you in a long time." And so you press pause on the treadmill, and you chat it up, and you talk to them for a while, and you have a good 5-10 minute conversation or so, and you're catching up with a good friend. And once they leave, you get back on the treadmill, and you kind of start it up again. You start doing your thing. You start going and walking, and someone else comes by, and they say, "Hey, Steven, haven't seen you in a while. What's going on?" And you push pause on the treadmill. You go over them, and you talk to them, and buddy, you shake their hand and pat them on the back and ask them how they're doing, how their family is, and you do this 2 or 3 times, and you've been at the gym now for 30 minutes or so, maybe 45 minutes. You realize, oh, I've got to get to work. I got to get moving this morning, and you grab your protein shake, and you drink it, and you get out the door, and you go to work, and you do your day. And if you do that for a long enough period of time, you do these active actions. In other words, it's kind of like spinning your wheels. You're going through some of the motions. You're acting like you're doing something. And at the end of the day, if you go and do that for a month long, what are your results going to actually be? Well, your results aren't really going to be what you had written down. You're not going to be reaching your goal, most likely, because of drinking all the protein drinks, but not hardly doing any exercise. Yeah, and whatever. You're probably going to either gain weight, or you maybe maintain a little bit, depending on what your metabolism's like. But that's active action. And you'll tell yourself, I've gone to the gym every day. I've been to the gym every day for a month, and this working out stuff doesn't work. I've gone to the gym every single day, and I've worked out, and I've exercised, and I've got the protein drinks, and this stuff doesn't work. And you start to convince yourself that you've done it the right way, and that you've put in all the effort, but you've just really been sitting in this space of active action. So you're not really in integrity. I just want to be clear, right? You set down this goal to do certain things. You're going through the motions, but you're not really truly in integrity with your actions. They're not really matching up to what it is that you want to accomplish. And we will oftentimes excuse it away and convince ourselves that we're not at fault, or that we were doing the actions, and that should be okay. And this happens in life, and this happens at work, at school, at play. This happens in all sorts of different scenarios. And so the third type of action is productive action. And this is the action this is where the rubber really meets the road, where you get grip, and you're starting to see that forward progress, where we're doing the things, the hard things, where, a friend comes up, and, you're at the gym, and you're on the treadmill. A friend comes up, and you say, "Hey, I can't talk right now. I'm working out, but I'd love to catch up later." And you keep on going. And maybe you even, when that friend comes up, you hit the speed button, and you go a little faster, and you increase the intensity, and you get after it, and you get a really great workout. Productive action looks like being truly in integrity with yourself, being really upfront and honest, telling yourself only that you're doing the right things when you're actually in the realm and doing those productive actions that are going to get you closer to your goal. And it's also about productive action. It's also about kind of a return and report scenario with yourself, really evaluating what it is that you are doing, and asking yourself, what are those actions that I was doing actually getting me closer to accomplishing my goal, not just spinning my wheels. And the more that you can stay in that realm of productive action, the more trust you're going to have with yourself. The more you can avoid the inactive action or the active action type of scenarios and get into productive action, the more trust you gain with yourself. And so when you tell yourself you're going to do something, when you set a goal for yourself, you're more likely to believe that, because you have integrity with yourself. Now, this isn't just about yourself. Of course, this works with scenarios with other people involved and everything like that. We always want to make sure that whatever it is that we're doing, whatever goal that we're setting, whatever promise that we make, whenever we're in a business transaction with somebody, that we're always completely honest, and we stay in integrity. In other words, we do the things that we say that we're going to do. One problem that often comes up when we're talking about staying in integrity is overpromising. I don't know if you've ever done this or not, but I know that I have, where I've said I'm going to do something, but I knew really what my day and task was. I knew what I needed to accomplish, and although I wanted to do this for somebody, I said I was going to do this for somebody, I knew that I may not get to it. It's not that I didn't want to get to it. I wanted to, but I didn't really properly assess my situation. And so I put myself in a position where I didn't stay in integrity. I wasn't fully honest. And over promising and under delivering often can put you in a position where you're out of integrity. And the more time you spend out of integrity, the less trust you have with people, the less influence you have, and typically the less success you're going to have in life. So my recommendation for today is to promise appropriately, be honest in your dealings with everyone that you come across, stay in integrity with others, doing the things that you say that you're going to do. Only commit to those things that you know that you can do. Commit and then do. And by the way, if you were to commit and accidentally overcommit, you didn't know, or something came up that was an emergency that day, it's easy to stay in integrity with the other person, with yourself, by communicating. Communication is one of those key things in integrity. Is when something comes up and you realize it's going to throw you off of what that promise was that you made, what you said you were going to do that maybe you're not going to be able to get to, just communicate it. Just talk about it. Tell them, hey, I really wanted to get to this. I tried, but something came up here. And not to excuse it away, but make a new plan to move forward and to stay in integrity with that individual. And the same can happen with ourselves. Sometimes we get really ambitious. Sometimes our eyes are bigger than our stomachs are, so to speak, right? We get really ambitious and we feel like we can do so many things. And sometimes it takes just taking a step back, getting that overview, or that kind of 10,000 foot view of what we're doing, and then adjusting. Being in integrity doesn't have to be super difficult. It just requires us being in integrity with ourselves. And it requires us to be honest and open and upfront and doing those things that we say that we're going to do. And when we identify an area where we may have miscalculated, communicating that with ourselves or with the other person, and adjusting accordingly. The more you're in integrity with yourself and with others, the greater success you're going to have, and the more momentum it will build for you in life and throughout all the things that you're attacking and getting after. So with that, this is our morning momentum for today. Thank you so much for being on with me. I'd love to hear from you, the ways that you stay in integrity, how you keep yourself accountable. Put those in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and click subscribe. We'd love to have you on. We have these videos every weekday throughout the week. And maybe soon we'll start doing some more during the weekends as well. But anyway, thanks for being here with us for your morning momentum, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.